If the world were to strip me bare tomorrow, if the accounts emptied, the phone fell silent and the doors of opportunity slammed shut, I would not flinch. My spirit would not tremble. I would not look to the right or to the left for a savior. I would not scramble for a new plan or mourn what was lost. I would stand still, rooted in the calm center of my being, and I would look within, for I hold a truth that the world in its frantic chase has forgotten, a secret that lives in the bones of every awakened woman, that my voice aligned with spirit is the true substance, that my word is my wealth, that my decree is the only door that matters. I would not fear a blank start. I know my speech is the tool that writes new pages. Money, contacts, and titles are only shadows of a power that lives inside. My safety is not a job. My flow is not the market. My worth is not a number in someone's eyes. What decides my life is the decree spoken from steady faith. When I speak from that place, heaven's storehouse answers. My words carry a signal that gathers what belongs to me from every direction. Not as luck, as a sure result. I would remind you of what your soul already knows, but daily noise makes you ignore. The word shapes matter. Spirit speaks and substance obeys. What is unseen is more solid than what you can hold. So when it looks empty, I would stand there and speak until it fills again. I would bless the quiet and then cut it with clear affirmations. I am not a beggar waiting for crumbs. I am not a borrower tied to fragile systems. I am the speaker of my supply. I am the builder of my abundance. I would keep speaking until the sound of my words drew the money, opened the doors, brought the help, multiplied what I had, and filled every need with more than enough. If all I had left was my voice, I would still be rich without measure. The word is wealth. The decree is the door. I would begin again in calm spiritual authority because this power is real and exact. It rests on one simple, unbreakable law that shapes what you live. It is the law of belief and the law of the spoken form. What you plant in the soft ground of your inner life must show up in your outer life. The subconscious does not argue. It does not judge. It accepts what you feel and say over and over as truth. Once it accepts a truth, it moves all things to bring it into shape. This is not theory. This is how creation works. Florence Scovel Shinn taught it plainly. Your word is your wand, not a toy, a tool of power placed in your mouth. Your speech bridges invisible potential and visible form. Most people think they are at the mercy of events. They hope and wait. They describe what is happening instead of defining what will happen. They react to life instead of creating it. The awakened person remembers she is not here to wait. She is here to speak. Your voice, aligned with unchanging truth, is your one account that never runs dry. It is your line of credit to the infinite. It connects you to the storehouse of every good thing already prepared, ready for your call. The law is steady. What you impress upon the subconscious will express in your affairs. Many live in quiet lack not because God is absent, but because their own words deny Him. They confirm shortage with each sigh. They postpone with every someday. They fear with every I can't afford it. The law does not bow to appearances. It does not care if your balance is low, if calls are quiet, if the market is slow. The law asks only this: what are you speaking? What are you picturing? What are you declaring right now? Your word is the mold. Divine supply is the gold that fills that mold and hardens into the exact shape of what you repeat. Ancient wisdom says, "Let the weak say, I am strong." This is not decoration. It is a working formula. It means when the door closes, when your hands shake, when the bill arrives at 3 a.m., you stand tall inside and speak what is true in spirit, not what fear reports. You say, I am strong. You say, I am provided for. You say, there is no delay in divine supply. Your voice is the lever that lifts the weight off your chest. People think they are starting over with money. In truth, they must start over in spirit. Many try to build fortune on moving sand. They hustle without declaring. They try to earn with their hands what was meant to be spoken into form by their mouth. So when waves come and wash it away, they feel robbed. But what is yours by divine law cannot be taken. What is yours by decree will reappear. Yes, start again, but start in consciousness. Start with words. Pull down the old house of doubt in your mind. With your own voice, raise a house of truth. Begin again, not with panic, not with endless tactics, but with decree. The wall that kept out your good was never stone. It was silence. It was hesitation. It was begging for what you were meant to command. Break it now. Choose to speak of wealth, not lack. Declare the unseen as if it were seen. Use a steady voice that knows its source. Most wait to see money before they feel safe. They wait for the check before they give thanks. They wait for the door to swing wide before they call what is behind it theirs. But divine order does not move on human delay. It moves when you move first in faith. You declare before you touch. You speak into seeming nothing as if all creation already agrees. That is how overflow appears. Not by worry, not by strategy alone, by divine speech, repeated with faith, believed without argument. You do not have to convince the world. You must convince your own subconscious. When impressed correctly and repeatedly, it will build your fortune, arrange your steps, bring the right people, fill the accounts, and set you where you need to be. The outer is only the echo. The inner word is the sound. So declare now with a clear tone. I draw to me the wealth that is mine by divine right, and nothing can block it under grace and in perfect ways. Say it like law. Say it like a decree from a throne. You are not speaking to wealth as a stranger. You are speaking from wealth as an heir. Let this line be your daily bread. Say it when you wake. Say it when fear whispers. Say it before you look at numbers. Say it until your very air hums with steady provision. This is not fantasy. This is law. Stop giving your voice to lack. Stop rehearsing fear. Speak wealth. Announce your inheritance. Do it now because waiting repeats what is false. Stand in the invisible riches of spirit and let the world catch up. Say it until you become it. Declare it until it shows up. Give your voice to truth and let the old story end. The pen is in your hand. The ink is your voice. Speak because your word is your wand, and the wand is already in your mouth. But we must go deeper. You cannot only say new words and leave the old noise running in the background. Inside many who have lived with the picture of lack, there is a steady hum of doubt. It sounds like reason. It sounds like memory. It sounds like the voice of someone you loved who was afraid. It sounds like the bill you once could not pay. It sounds like the night you failed and could not forget. That noise argues with your decree. It jams the signal. It turns a clear broadcast into static. Name it for what it is. It is not harmless. It is not tradition. It is not wisdom. It is a set of tired phrases that tie your hands. These phrases are chains. They trained you to believe your power lives outside you. They told you to wait. They told you to be grateful for crumbs. They told you to keep quiet until proof shows up. And because you heard them often, they began to feel like truth. They are not truth. They are habits. They are old spells that can be broken. You do not negotiate with a spell. You end it. You look the old story in the eye and you speak from your center. You say, "You have no power here. You do not live in me. You do not speak for my life. I am a child of God and my portion is abundance. Go now." Feel what happens when you say that with your whole self. You can feel a small break inside, a space opening. That space is clean and still. It is where the new word belongs. Here the law becomes very simple. It is the law of substitution. Two things cannot fill the same space in your mind at the same time. You cannot hold a picture of shortage and a picture of plenty and expect ease. You cannot whisper fear while shouting faith and expect peace. You cannot declare abundance while keeping secret oaths to struggle and expect overflow. The law does not accuse you. It frees you. It says, choose. It says, replace. It says, let the true image enter and let the false image leave. Light does not fight darkness. It arrives and darkness is gone. In the same way, a clean, steady word dissolves the image of poverty when it is spoken without split intention. The sentence that does this work does not have to be long or clever. It only has to be true and spoken with consent from the heart. Say it in plain speech. God is my unfailing source, and generous sums of money come to me now, under grace, in perfect ways. This is not a wish. This is not a charm. It is a key that turns a lock when you use it with faith and rhythm. Speak it when your world argues. Speak it when your face grows hot with worry. Speak it when logic tells you it is silly. Speak it and do not stop until the old echo fades. The moment you hold the door with your words, the good that was ready begins to flow. It was not far. It was not late. It was waiting for your yes. The sentence becomes your tool. It becomes your walking staff. It becomes your daily bread. You return to it the way a swimmer returns to breathing, again and again, simple and steady. Now let us address the idea of delay. Many have honored delay as if it were holy. They say it is not the right time. They say heaven will approve later. They imagine their good is kept somewhere out of reach until some test is passed. This is an error. Delay is not divine. Delay is a stalled signal inside you. It's the result of words you did not say, doors you did not walk through, a truth you felt but did not honor. Spirit's not slow. The source is not confused. Provision is not unsure. Delay is the shadow cast by doubt. There is a real timing, but it is not passive waiting. It is order. It is the moment your thought, your word, and your expectation line up. When alignment is here, movement is here. Things shift fast when you stop arguing with what is true. Scripture says, "Before they call, I will answer." That means supply is prepared before the request is spoken, but it does not appear in your world until you permit it. Your permission is your word. So stop calling hesitation holy. Stop naming fear patience. Stop stretching a week of growth into years because a familiar voice warns you to be careful. Divine timing runs at the speed of your faith, and your faith moves by your speech. If you want a line to carry you through the fog of waiting, use this one and use it often. What is mine by divine right is never late. It hurries to me now, under grace. Say it until your body relaxes. Say it until your eyes stop searching the clock. Say it when a door looks closed. Say it when someone says not yet. Say it when your mind recites old math about how long things take. Let the line become your inner pulse. This is how you collapse the false space between you and your good. You stop pushing it away with words that train it to stay far. You speak now. You live now. You claim now. Spirit's tense is always now. Speak as one who stands inside the answer. Speak as one who is already included. Your voice is the green light. Your voice is the yes. There is one more correction we must make while the space is open. You were taught to treat money like a master that must be chased, flattered, or feared. This view makes you small. It makes your tone weak. Money is not a ruler. Money is substance shaped by instruction. It is a servant. It responds to order. It does not begin. It follows. It does not decide first. It answers to clear authority. If you do not instruct it, it listens to the loudest fear around you. It is not drawn by panic. It is drawn by calm command. You do not shout at it. You do not beg it. You speak to it from the place of rightful control and clean purpose. This is the law of command. It is not harsh. It is exact. It says that matter lines up around conviction. It says that form changes when a steady voice names the outcome. The Roman officer understood this when he said, "Speak the word only and the result will follow." He knew that real power moves by word, not by force. Ask yourself how many times you have whispered when you should have declared. How many times you asked for permission when you were meant to state a fact. How many times you described your state when you were meant to define it. The law says, what you refuse to say with certainty, you will not hold with ease. So change your stance. Stand up inside. Speak as the heir, not the tenant. Give a simple command that keeps your heart clean and your aim pure. I now direct money to serve divine purpose through me, under grace and in perfect ways. You are not ordering from ego. You are setting order. You are aligning with who you are in truth. When law is spoken with rhythm, it carves a path in you. The path becomes easy to walk. Fortune is not deciding whether you deserve it. It is waiting for the sound of your faith. When it hears it, it comes. Every time. And now we come to the deepest switch of all, the place where every other law takes its power, the law of identity. The world answers who you know yourself to be, not what you perform on the surface. If you keep speaking like a seeker, you will meet the road of seeking. If you keep speaking as one who survives, you will meet only what keeps you surviving. When you speak from I am, when you claim the name of wealth as a quality of your being instead of a prize you chase, everything tilts in your favor because law responds to being. It always has, and it always will. Here is the root switch, identity, the center where all the other laws get their power. Ancient wisdom says, as a person thinks in the deep part of the heart, so is the life, not as they wish, not as they perform, as they are inside. Your world is not reacting to your effort as much as it is answering your sense of self. If you speak, act, and feel like a seeker, you meet roads that keep you seeking. If you speak like a survivor, you get just enough to survive. When you speak from I am, you step into a different lane. Law answers being. It always has. When you say, I am the wealth of God made visible, you are not playing with words. You are calling the real self forward. You are turning on a pattern that was always there. You are not inventing a fantasy. You are remembering a truth you forgot. There is a version of you that never feared overflow, never apologized for plenty, never begged for scraps, never tensed up at a bill, never shrank to fit an old room. That self was formed in divine substance before you learned to doubt. The only thing that kept it out of sight was your refusal to say its name. Identity is not found like a lost coin. Identity is declared. A servant asks, a beggar hopes, an heir names and claims. This is not arrogance. This is alignment. Until you speak from who you are in spirit, you stand outside your own gate. But when you call the millionaire within into view, when you talk and walk as if it is already true, when your thoughts and habits begin to match that stance, the outer must adjust, not by luck, by law. So say it in plain words until it feels natural. I am the wealth of God made visible. I do not chase money, I reveal it. Let the chase go quiet. Let the tension fall from your shoulders. Let your nervous system learn a new rhythm, not the rush of pursuit, but the steady pull of presence. You do not run after provision. You hold to truth and allow provision to know you, to find you, to flow to you. You stop acting like wealth lives outside. You recognize the real point of power is your word. Wealth is first in your voice. It is in the tone you use when you speak about your life. It is in the way you close your sentences. It is in the names you give yourself. Speak it until your tone changes. Speak it until your spine straightens. Speak it until you stop treating opportunities like lifelines and start receiving them as rightful appointments. Speak it until every room you enter feels different, because lack cannot attach to you anymore. This is not ego talk. This is spiritual order. You are not here to perform for prosperity. You are here to show it. And the way you show it is by declaring it without fear and without apology. I am the wealth of God made visible. That is the law using your mouth. That is truth in your voice. That is the source recognizing itself in your form. You are not turning into something new. You are remembering what is already yours. You are not chasing. You are revealing. Your voice is the instrument of that reveal. Every time you speak with consent and faith, the field around you organizes. Your mind quiets. Your habits shift. People can feel it. Doors notice it. Order follows it. Let us make this practical. Your identity shows up in small moments. When you get a bill, do you shrink or do you breathe and speak order? When someone offers a meeting, do you cling or do you stand and choose? When a deal slows down, do you panic or do you hold your word and let timing settle? Identity speaks for you. When you do not have time to plan a speech, it comes out of your mouth fast. That is why we repeat. That is why we keep the language simple and strong. We train the inner response to be clean. We train the reflex to be faith, not fear. Do not wait to feel like a different person before you speak like one. Speech is the lever. Words are the switch. The feeling follows the form. When you say I am with a clear tone and you do it again and again, your body learns it. Your mind obeys it. Your life makes room for it. This is how the new self becomes the only self you recognize. So take your place. Sit in the seat of the air. Let your speech carry the weight of that position. Say, I am the wealth of God made visible. I reveal supply. I do not run after it. Say it in the morning while the room is quiet. Say it when a worry tries to pull you back. Say it before you look at numbers, not after. Say it until your atmosphere hums with certainty. You are teaching the world how to treat you by how you talk about yourself. You are teaching your mind what to build by the orders you repeat. This is not theater. This is law. Being leads, doing follows. When identity shifts, action gets simple. You stop forcing. You choose. You stop bargaining. You decide. You stop flooding the air with doubt. You speak once, clearly, and you keep walking. The world hears the tone. People feel the steadiness. Money, which is only organized substance, lines up under command. It does not love panic. It answers order. There is one more step to lock this in. We will install the language so deep that it becomes the new baseline of your day, not to impress anyone, not to perform, to rewire the reflex, to make faith the default, to make wealth the natural way you speak about yourself and your life. We will do it with short, strong lines that you can carry anywhere. Lines that point your mind in one direction and keep it there. Lines that open channels you could not see before. Lines that move you out of waiting and into now. Now we install, not for drama, for function. The aim is to place clear language so deep in you that it becomes your first reflex. You will not be trying to remember faith. You will be speaking from it. This is your daily labor, quiet and steady. Your voice will retrain your nerves, your breath, your posture, your choices. Repetition is not boring here. Repetition is the engine. Sound is the pattern. The body learns what the mouth repeats with consent. Your voice is not small. Every word you speak with faith sends an instruction into substance. The field around you listens and rearranges. This is more than thinking. It is a full body signal. And simple language works best. Short lines, plain words, present tense. We do not shout. We do not plead. We state the order and hold the tone. In time, the tone holds you. Use a few anchor sentences that you can carry everywhere. Keep them clean. Keep them the same. Let them become the way you breathe. Here is a foundation spoken in plain speech. God is my steady, immediate, and overflowing source. Let this be the opener. Let it wipe out the old belief that supply comes from people, from panic, or from waiting. Say it and feel your chest open. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw unclench. Let your system learn that help flows from a higher channel, and that channel is always on. Now widen the channel of reception. Every good prepared for me arrives now through ways I expect and ways I do not expect, under grace and in perfect order. This line frees you from narrow routes. You stop gripping one outcome. You stop crowding the path with control. You make room for answers you could not plan. You let life surprise you in kind ways because you gave it space. Set your inner shield. I am unmoved by fear, delay, and appearances. This does not make you reckless. It makes you clear. Fear can knock, but it cannot enter. Old habits can whisper, but they do not steer. Numbers can dip, but your stance does not. The immune system of your mind is your language. You inoculate yourself by what you repeat. Set your role in the flow. I spend, give, and receive as a careful steward of divine wealth. You are not buying to numb or to perform. You are circulating substance on purpose. Money does not own you. It moves through you to right places at right times. When a bill comes, you do not shrink. You bless the exchange. When you give, you release with ease. When you receive, you accept with thanks. The current strengthens because you keep it clean. Place your treasure where it belongs. What I desire already exists in the unseen and is mine by right. You are not chasing. You are collecting what was set aside for you. You do not confuse distance with lack. You do not confuse time with denial. You call it close and walk in step with it until it shows. Honor your instrument. My words carry weight. My voice opens the vault. Stop treating your speech as an afterthought. You do not mutter soft half-truths and hope they stick. You speak with a round tone and a full stop at the end of the line. Your voice tells your whole system, this is settled. Now seal the stance with identity. I am wealth. I speak and things align. This is simple and direct. You are not trying to become something new. You are revealing what is true. When you say it, let your body match it. Sit upright. Breathe down into your belly. Let your face rest. Let your eyes grow calm. The body remembers this shape faster than the mind does. Help it remember. Carry these lines into ordinary moments. Say them in the first light before your feet touch the floor. Say them while you pour water. Say them when a small fear reaches for your throat. Say them before you open your banking app, not after. Say them on a walk. Say them on the way to a meeting. Say them when a door seems slow. Say them when a door opens fast so you receive without flinching. Do not count how many times. Count the calm in your tone. Count the way your breathing evens. Count the way your choices simplify. That is the proof the installation is taking root. If your mind argues, do not enter the argument. Return to the sentence. If your chest tightens, do not diagnose it. Return to the sentence. If a memory floods in to prove you wrong, do not explain your way out. Return to the sentence. Consistency is the chisel. Rhythm is the hammer. The stone is your old reflex. It will give way. You may notice small shifts first. A bill that once made you cold now meets a steady hand. A talk that once made you eager now finds you clear and measured. A delay that once sent you into old math now passes without stealing your peace. These are not minor. They are signals that the inner mold has changed. Keep going. The outer echo must follow the inner sound. It always does. If you want a single through line to walk with today, use this one in plain words. I welcome my right supply now. Nothing can block it. Under grace and in perfect ways, let it be your breath. Let it carry through your day like a low drum. Let it hush the habit of rushing. Let it call in the help you cannot see yet. And when help arrives, do not apologize for it. Receive it as normal. Receiving is part of your stance. This process is not loud. It is faithful. It is not show. It is order. You are writing new code into the place that decides how you speak when you are tired or pressed. Soon the new words will speak themselves. Soon the new tone will be the only tone. Soon money will feel less like a test and more like a tool. Soon opportunity will feel less like rescue and more like schedule. Keep the lines short and strong. Keep the rhythm daily. Keep the heart in it. Your life will take the shape of the language you live in. Now we set your stance with money so clean that confusion has nowhere to live. You were taught to treat money like a master that must be chaste and pleased. That story keeps your tone small and your back bent. Money is not a master. Money is organized substance. It has no will of its own. It takes the shape of the order it receives. It listens for calm authority. It follows the clearest voice in the room. If your voice shakes, it leans toward louder fears. If your voice is steady and aligned, it comes to heal. This is not harsh. This is order. This is the law of command in plain life. Command is not shouting. Command is not anger. Command is a settled voice that knows its source. You do not bargain with substance. You name its use and you hold the line. You do not beg money to come. You set it to work. You give it a task that fits your purpose and you keep your words and choices in one agreement. You do not throw orders and live in doubt. You speak once and then you act like the order stands. Say this from your center in simple words. I assign money to serve the good through me, under grace and in perfect ways. Feel the difference. Your chest opens, your eyes steady, your shoulders drop. You are not trying to prove your worth to a number. You are placing a tool in its proper place. You are making space for clean flow. When a bill shows up, you do not cower. You give the exchange a job. When an income stream opens, you do not grasp. You direct it. When an unexpected sum arrives, you do not spin. You bless it with purpose and let it move where it amplifies life. Command is alignment in action. Your thought, your word, and your next step all tell the same story. If your mouth says overflow while your habits speak fear, substance hears the fear. If your lips declare order and your calendar is chaos, substance copies the chaos. Keep the story simple. Speak the outcome and move in ways that match. When you slip, return to the sentence instead of punishing yourself. The sentence is the rail that guides you back. Money answers tone more than volume. It hears a quiet, sure voice faster than a loud, uncertain one. Practice that tone in small moments until it becomes your normal. When you open your banking app, breathe, sit tall, and speak the order before you look. When you set a price, speak from value, not apology. When you negotiate, let silence work for you. People feel when a person stands in command without threat. Doors recognize that posture. The right partners recognize it too. You stop leaking power in your sentences. You stop throwing discounts at doubt. You let your yes be clean and your no be kind and final. Command is not against anyone. It is for order. It is for right place, right time, right use. When you command, you include grace. You include perfect ways. You are not forcing. You are inviting the most elegant path to come forward. That is why the phrase under grace and in perfect ways matters. It keeps the channel kind. It keeps the flow humane. It keeps your heart soft while your stance stays firm. Use a working line that is short and clear. I now set money to work for rightful purposes through me under grace in perfect order. This line does 3 things at once. It places you as steward, not slave. It gives money a direct assignment. It ties everything to grace and right timing, so the path that forms is smooth and safe. Repeat it until your body recognizes the posture. The body will learn to match the voice. Your breathing will change. Your eyes will stop searching for rescue in other people's faces. Your pace will slow in a good way. Calm is magnetic. Panic is static. Calm lets the message travel. Panic scrambles it. The world reflects command quickly because command cleans up stray signals. Buyers who want you to waver feel the new ground and either respect it or move on. Offers that demand you shrink fall away without a fight. The meetings that match your line come into view because you are not flooding the air with mixed stories. All of this feels less like a fight and more like a schedule. The day begins to meet you with pieces that fit. This is not luck. This is the echo of a clear sound. If an old habit tries to return, do not wrestle it all day. Give one order and proceed. I refuse disorder in my money life. I allow only right flow now, under grace. Then take the next simple step that matches that order. Send the email, set the boundary, close the tab, open the proposal, pay the bill with a steady hand and bless the circulation. Each small match tells your system, this is who we are now. The more matches, the faster the new pattern becomes automatic. Command also governs reception. Many can speak to call money, but shrink when it comes close. They block the last step with guilt or old vows to struggle. Command keeps you open in the finish. When the payment hits, receive it without flinching. When a client says yes, accept with ease. When a refund appears, do not dismiss it as nothing. Every form of support is a vote for your new order. Treat it that way. Give thanks. Do not undercut it with a joke. Do not explain it away. Let your nervous system learn that ease is safe. Remember, this law is not personal to you alone. It is impersonal and exact. It answers anyone who uses it. That is good news. You do not have to be special. You have to be consistent. A clear word repeated with consent turns into a standing instruction. Substance loves standing instructions. It can organize around them. It can bring you people whose standing instruction matches yours. That is how teams form without strain. That is how partners appear at the right hour. That is how supply knows where to land. Hold one more anchor line for this domain. Money, you are my instrument. Serve, circulate, and multiply under grace and in perfect ways. You do not need more force than that. You need more sameness. Sober, steady, same. You will look back and see that the loudest change was not in your bank balance first, but in your tone. Then the numbers followed. Then the rooms changed. Then the calls came. The order was always voice, then echo. Stay in this posture as we move forward. Identity carries the crown. Command carries the scepter. Installation carries the rhythm. Together they make a simple life, not a loud life, a life where you do not chase proof. You speak truth. You let proof arrive on schedule. That schedule is grace. That path is perfect. The work is your voice, clear and kind, used on purpose again and again, until the only thing left in the air around you is order. Now we carry this out of the room of ideas and into the way you stand, breathe, choose, and move. Law is not a speech you give one time. Law is a way you live. The goal is simple. Your words and your ways match so closely that doubt cannot find a place to land. When words and ways match, substance gets its orders with no static. Things line up because you are lined up. Embodiment begins with small moments. When your phone lights up with a bill, do not rush to fix your mood by looking for rescue. Pause. Inhale. Let your shoulders drop. Say your line with a calm tone. I welcome my right supply now. Nothing can block it. Under grace and in perfect ways. Then take the next clean step. Pay what is yours to pay. Ask for what is yours to request. If you need a plan, make the next simple move. Do not abandon your stance while you act. Acting from command is very different from acting from panic. The same task feels different when the tone is different. The same email reads different when the inner mold has changed. When a door opens, receive without shrinking. Many block flow at the last inch. They say too much to explain why they deserve it. They try to make others comfortable with their yes. They deflect a compliment. They treat a good outcome like a lucky break. That is old training. You do not have to perform humility to be worthy. True humility is clean reception. It knows the source is God. It knows you are a steward. It takes the gift and puts it to work. Money learns from this. People learn from this. Your own body learns from this. It becomes normal to be supported. It becomes normal to be supplied. Move through your day with a simple spine. You are not in a chase. You are in a schedule. Overflow is not a miracle you must catch. It is a normal result of a stable inner order. This order shows up in small habits. You speak before you check. You bless before you spend. You decide before you ask for opinions. You give with a steady hand. You let your no be clear and your yes be simple. You go where your word is respected. You do not argue with old rooms that cannot fit you. You do not try to convince anyone. You live your line. Those who can hear it will know. Those who cannot are not your assignment. You do not measure your process by spikes of emotion. You measure it by sameness. Same tone in quiet mornings and busy afternoons. Same words when numbers go up and when numbers dip. Same posture when people praise you and when they do not notice. Sameness is not dull. Sameness is power. Sameness tells substance that the instruction stands. When the instruction stands, roots open. When routes open, results arrive without strain. What once felt like pushing a boulder becomes walking a path. Time will try to pull you back into the old rhythm. It will whisper that results take years and that peace is for later. Do not argue with time. Do not try to outrun it. Step out of its story. Spirit lives in now. You live here too. Keep your sentences in the present. I am provided for now. My channels are open now. My steps are guided now. You are not pretending. You are placing your weight in the only moment that has power. Every good thing you will ever touch meets you here. You will also meet tests of tone. A partner may push a boundary. A client may delay. An offer may ask you to bend your value. These are not signs that the law failed. They are chances to hold your line with kindness. You do not harden. You do not threaten. You keep your seat and you speak once. If it is right, it will fit. If it is not right, it will pass. Right things do not require you to fracture yourself. Right things do not require a nervous performance. They click into place because they match your order. Keep your body in the loop. Sit upright when you speak your lines. Unclench your jaw. Let your breath slow. Let your eyes rest. The body believes posture. If your mouth says, "I am wealth," while your body curls into a small shape, the message splits. Let the body agree with the word. It is a quiet practice, but it is not small. Your nervous system learns that safety lives in order, not in control. It learns that receiving is safe. It learns that stillness is strong. Then your reflex changes. When pressure comes, you do not launch into old maneuvers. You return to tone, then to the next clean step. You will know embodiment is taking root when you stop trying to prove anything. Your sentences get shorter. Your emails get clearer. Your prices get simpler. Your schedule gets lighter. Your home gets calmer. The numbers begin to follow the tone. People treat you the way you treat yourself in your own words. Rooms open that once felt shut because you no longer bring the smell of hurry and hunger. You bring the scent of order. Order is attractive. Order is generous. Order leaves space for others to breathe around you. Order makes you easy to help. Keep grace in everything. Under grace in imperfect ways is not decoration. It is the track that holds the train. It keeps paths kind. It keeps outcomes humane. It keeps you from pressing in a way that hurts you or others. Grace makes the route elegant. Perfect ways make the timing clean. When you miss, return to grace. When you hit, credit grace. This keeps your heart soft as your stance stays strong. This keeps you human while you hold authority. This keeps you steady when the world gets loud. You are learning a language and a posture at the same time. It will feel new until it feels like home. Stay with the simple lines. Stay with the calm breath. Stay with the next clean step. Let sameness build trust inside you. Let trust build roots outside you. The world will keep echoing what you sound like. So sound like the one who has. Sound like the air. Sound like the steward. Sound like the steady river, not the storm. Now we close, not with noise, with a seal. A seal is a clear word spoken from a steady heart that marks the work as finished in spirit. You have cleared old noise. You have replaced the lie. You have chosen identity. You have installed simple lines. You have taken your seat of command. You have begun to live as the one who has. The final act is to set the tone so firm that doubt cannot find a crack. You do this with one decision and one sound. You speak as if the answer stands in the room. You sign the decree. You let it be done. Your voice is not only sound, it carries pattern. It teaches the field around you how to arrange. When you speak with consent, the body softens, the breath slows, the shoulders lower, the face grows calm. This is not a trick. This is alignment. The body repeats what the mouth believes. The world repeats what the inner room repeats. When the room inside is settled, the echo outside organizes without strain. You will not need loud effort. You will need clean sameness. That sameness is the seal. Say this now in plain language. I accept my right supply now. It reaches me in kind and timely ways, under grace and in perfect order. Do not rush. Let each part land. You are not trying to convince anyone. You are announcing what is already true in the unseen. You are giving your system a final instruction. You are telling your day which road to take. Let the word be simple. Simple words travel fast. Simple words stay. If an old voice rises and asks for proof, do not enter a fight. The seal does not argue. The seal repeats, I accept my right supply now. Nothing can block it, under grace and in perfect order. If your chest tightens, breathe and speak once more. If your mind offers a memory, breathe and speak once more. This is not stubbornness. This is stewardship of your inner climate. You are making the air in you safe for what you asked for. You are making your home ready. Now speak from identity so the seal carries weight. I am the wealth of God made visible. I do not chase. I reveal. Sit tall when you say it. Let your jaw unclench. Let your hands open. The body agrees with the word, and the word sets the pace of the day. People will feel this without knowing why. Calls will match it. Doors will reflect it. This is not magic. This is structure. Order meets order. Close the loop with commands so money knows its place and path. Money is my instrument. Serve, circulate, and multiply through me for right purposes, under grace, in perfect ways. You are not puffing up. You are giving clear tasks to a neutral tool. Tools like clear tasks. Substance loves a standing instruction. Keep this line near as you move. Use it before numbers. Use it before pricing. Use it before a meeting. It will save you from leaking power in soft sentences. It will save you from over-explaining. It will keep your no clean and your yes simple. We add one more line to keep time on your side. What is mine by divine right arrives without delay. It reaches me, now under grace. This breaks the habit of waiting for permission from clocks and calendars. You are not denying process. You are removing inner drag. The moment inner drag lifts, roots appear. What took years can take weeks. What looked far can step close because you stopped pushing it away with slow words. When do you use the seal? In the morning before your feet touch the floor. In the space before you check your accounts. In the pause before you answer a request. In the quiet after a door seems slow. In the moment an old fear tries to retell its story. The seal is not for show, it is for order. Think of it as a light you switch on. You do not yell at darkness. You turn the light and keep walking. Expect small confirmations first. A calm body where panic lived. A clear no where you once bent. A clean yes where you once stalled. A bill paid with steady breath. A client who fits without a chase. A refund you forgot about. Do not call these small. Treat them as proof that the mold has changed. Bless each sign and return to the seal. The echo will grow. It always does. Let gratitude be quiet and regular. Thank you that supply flows now under grace and in perfect ways. Gratitude lifts the tone without forcing a mood. It keeps pride out and softness in. It keeps you human while you hold authority. You are not trying to impress heaven. You are agreeing with it. Agreement is light. Light is easy to carry. If you miss a day, do not turn it into a story. Begin again. The seal lives in now. Speak once and proceed. Your path is not a tightrope. It is a road. Roads are for walking. Sometimes you walk faster. Sometimes you walk slower. What matters is that you keep the direction and keep the tone. The tone is calm. The direction is forward. We end as we began, with the truth in the open. Your word is your wand. It was placed in your mouth at the start. Use it with care. Use it with faith. Use it with kindness. Speak wealth. Speak order. Speak identity. Speak command. Seal it under grace and in perfect ways. Then move like a person whose request and receipt are the same breath. Now declare it once more so your day hears you. I welcome my rightful wealth now. I live supplied now. Everything aligns for good, under grace and in perfect order. Let the line ring in you like a bell. Let it steady your steps. Let it be the sound your rooms remember after you leave. Keep the seal with you and use it in public and in private the same way. A single tone across your life builds a single road under your feet. If you are ready to put your voice in charge of your life, make it visible. Tell your mind, tell your day, and tell this space. Comment these words so your own eyes see your choice in writing. I am ready to lead my subconscious. Let that be your first clear act. Then live like it is already true. Speak like it is already true. Walk like it is already true. The echo will follow the sound. The sound is yours.